Japan is a very small, tiny country. We don't have such kind of huge train in Japan. I saw the TV about this new train, so our dream.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Australia's great train journey, the legendary GAN, is now available for boarding.
It's definitely one of the world's great train journeys, and one day I would love to travel on the GAN. Now, cultural tourism is a huge business these days, and with an increasing interest in Indigenous people, a company in Central Australia has found a way to combine good business with culture by showing people how Anangu, the desert people of Central Australia, live in this harsh environment.
Polenya ngana na joko bijoda ka jini. Ngai ko ya. Ana ngongi ko joko tamo ko kame ko. Joko polenya ja polewi. Joko polka.
Well, Anangu Tours is an Indigenous-owned tour company that commenced its operations in October 1995. And it was started by the Indigenous people of Uluru as a way of sharing their culture with visitors to the park. And it is a very successful tour company in that it's won many national and international awards, which is all due to the Indigenous content of the touring.
1, 2, 3.
Well, people who come to Uluru are seeing Uluru as an Aboriginal icon, as Aboriginal land. And I guess Indigenous people really want to get that message across that they are visiting a place that is owned and managed by Aboriginal people. And it's something that Indigenous people feel very strongly about. Indigenous people don't see it as a job, they see it as more of something where they're educating the people coming to Uluru. All the guided tours that the local Aboriginal people conduct for the visitors is done in their own language. They have an interpreter that accompanies them, and that interpreter then changes the language into English so everybody can understand.
And also we use other grasses that grow on the ground.
It's a good opportunity for visitors to the National Park, to Uluru, to get to meet with local Aboriginal people and see some of the culture and have a chance to ask questions and learn a bit about the lifestyle of people out in this area.
I
understand English, so speak to me, but I'll repeat back in my language and then I'll interpret that.
Well, with the Lyra Walk, guests are met by the Aboriginal guide and language interpreter at the Cultural Centre, and there's a short introduction there where the Aboriginal guide gives people a bit of an understanding of what they're going to actually encounter along the walk. The walk is a 2 kilometre through bushland from the Cultural Centre to the base of the climb.
You guys seen a lot of this stuff around? It's not just a pretty flower. This is May Kalinkalimpa. It's food.
Along the way we stop off at many different points, learning how to make the world's oldest glue, which is a substance known as kiti.
From the seeds and stuff like that. This kitty was just from all these demonstrations in the morning. It's just accumulated and got really big now.
People are learning about some of the traditional garments that people had, hair belts, the head rings that the ladies used to carry bowls on top of their head. spears and spear throwers and how they're actually used. It's even a great chance for people that are on the tour to try their hand at some of these traditional activities like spear throwing, as well as the ladies can carry bowls on their heads just like the grandmothers before them carried them in the traditional way. And there's also storytelling along the way, which gives people a better understanding of the ancestors that Aboriginal people have a very strong relationship with. And within that story is a very important point about why people shouldn't climb Uluru. These days, a lot of people, especially overseas, international travellers, are very culturally aware, more so than they were 10 years ago. So a lot of people are actually searching out cultural experiences like what Unangal Tours provides, giving people the opportunity to spend time with an Aboriginal person in their own environment and listening to the local language and seeing the local cultural aspects of the land that they're on all goes together. Each individual has their own different reason for coming to Uluru. Some of